right the theme why we are doing the software testing. Okay, so here the definition: software is a series of instructions for computer that perform a particular task called a program. Okay, or simply we can say software is a collection of specialized program. So when what is a software program? Anything. Okay, so anything. I'm just reading out the content from the because this is a part of syllabus, and I got a short time today to go through these presentations and all, but I will explain it to you in my own way. So whatever, see, you got a mobile, you know what is a software. Whenever you are going to Play Store and whatever you are installing, maybe is an upgrade in ICICI Bank application, mobile app or anything, or if you are going for any fun or games or anything, whatever you are downloading, in fact on your computer itself, whatever softwares you are seeing, that is a product, software product. And when we are performing any task, when that product is completed or while in design stage, we are performing some sort of validations, we are doing that testing, we are performing a testing on that software application. So software testing is a method to check whether the actual software product matches the expected requirement and ensure that the software product is a defect free. So again, there are two types we are mentioning: manual testing and automation testing. Okay. So as I said earlier, like when we are getting the requirement, see, what I would say is software testing is a method to check whether the actual software product matches the expected requirement or not. So when you are developing a mobile or let's say any application, it's not like you will do it in layman's term. You will not come up with anything on your mind, and this is the thought process I have. I wanted to develop the product like this. मुझे ऐसा एक product बनाना है. ऐसा हम सोच के कभी नहीं आएंगे. It should be documented somewhere. Testing means what? आप कोई प्रोग्राम सेलिब्रेट करते होंगे घर में, कोई भी शादी का हो या कोई अपना फेस्टिवल हो, हम सेलिब्रेट करते हैं. सो वो प्रोग्राम सेलिब्रेट करते वक्त हम लोग कुछ चीजें फॉलो करते कि नहीं. लाइक विल कॉल आवर रिलेटिव्स, जो भी डांस करना चाहते हैं उसको कनेक्ट करेंगे, व्हाट्सएप कॉल लेंगे, फिर कौन से गाने पे डांस करना है. समथिंग इज ऑर्गेनाइज्ड, राइट? So similarly, when you are developing a software product, you are listing down all the requirements about that. How it should look, how should it should function, and what is the technicality behind it. Technicality means when you are going for any TV मॉडल आप देख सकते हो चेंज होते रहते हैं हर क्वार्टर में. उसके पीछे की टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज होती है. अर्लियर हमारे टाइम पे डब्बे थे, बट now they come up with LCD initially, now LED, now QLED, or something like that, 4K and all. Okay, so are you seeing these differences? Yes. This is electronic differences. Similarly, when you are going for any software product, we have to jot down the requirements. This is how my product should look. I'm going to design my home. आप आर्किटेक्ट बनाते हो, आर्किटेक्ट लाते हो, खुद डिजाइन करते हो. Likewise, you are defining everything on paper how the product should look like. And if anything differs from your requirement, that is a defect or bug. See, you are a very rich person. You are planning for 2 crores of bungalow. Okay. The construction cost, we call it as in civil work, construction cost. You made a construction cost of rupees 5,000 per square feet. एक स्क्वायर फीट को मैं 5,000 तक देने को तैयार हूँ. मतलब मेरे को इटली का मार्बल दो, ये दो. आई एम एवरेज गाय. माय कंस्ट्रक्शन कॉस्ट इज लेट्स से 2K. I wanted to design a build, or I wanted to build a house slightly different from you, average house. तो मेरी जगह तुम्हारा घर बनाया तो वो डिफेक्ट है ना. सी, what is the expectation on paper should meet the software product. मतलब मैं दोनों घर का एग्जांपल इसलिए दिया कि मेरा नहीं बना, तुम्हारे हिसाब से बना, वो भी डिफेक्ट ही है, राइट? सो वट एवर इज ऑन पेपर, मुझे ये प्रोडक्ट सिर्फ विंडोज पे चलना चाहिए तो विंडोज पे ही चलना चाहिए, तुमने इस पे क्यों बनाया? आई डोंट वांट एडिशनल फंक्शनलिटी, तुम लोग ज्यादा मत करो, मुझे नहीं चाहिए वो मैक पे और उस पे। I want my product to be built this much. I want my product should tackle or manage this much load. This is my requirement, simple requirement. Just follow my instructions. When time comes, we will modify it. Currently, this is the need. Don't go beyond it. Don't apply your own thoughts, your own brain. That is a test. Look at the document, prepare a test cases, and test the product. Simple.
Yes. Yes.
So this is what why testing is important and all. I'm covering all the points which are listed or mentioned here. Okay, so there are some examples given out here, and maybe you can go through it. I'm not covering that. I am touching the main and important points I'm telling you. Okay, what are the benefits of software testing? Okay, so as you are a freshers, question may arise like why we are doing a testing. The answer is not like, see, 100. See, now our important duty is to get the job. We have to prove ourselves. You will appear for the interview, Gauri. I will ask you the question. Why? What is software testing? You will answer me something. I will ask you so many simple questions. All your answer. I mean, you are able to answer me everything. Okay. Similarly, for you. Okay. I'm asking similar kind of questions, not same. I would say. And you are giving me some answers, and when you go out of the interview room, you will discuss amongst yourself and you will also say, I have answered everything, I put forth my knowledge to interviewer, still I am not selected. Sometimes it may happen. Your communication and your way of presentation should be unique, not unique I would say every time, but it should have some into it should be like you should convey your message to me. If I'm asking something, it's not like software testing is this. No, you can convey me the message like how the software is developed, what kind of requirement it has, and then why we need to apply testing on it. That is a software testing. Software testing is this. In one liner, you are telling me, whole world knows what is software testing. What is your concept? You are letting me know what is thinking ability you have. That is important. You can read a book, 10 books, 10 definitions, 10 sites, definitions. They will put it in their own verb, okay, or words, I would say. But it is not important. It is how you went through it, how you feel it, and how you communicate it. That is important. Okay, so don't take any question from the interviewer as a silly question, or just don't take it casual question. Casual, what is your, I will tell you about many things. What is your routine, daily routine? Maybe someone will ask you, you'll take it casually. No, that reflects your knowledge. If someone asking me the question, I spend 70% of my time, okay, on requirement gathering and this and that. Everything should be sorted out. I know it because I'm doing it. 10% of my time I'm spending on code review. 10% of my time I'm spending with the team, with the defect triage calls, whatever. I know how my day is, okay, and how much time I'm spending, approximate how much percentage I'm spending. If you are interviewing, if you are asking me, and if I'm telling you in this way, you will come to know this guy is really doing a working as a test architect or a test management role. Right. So whatever you speak, it should reflect from your words that even though you are a fresher or even though you don't have or less experience, you know most of the things about it. Some convincing message you should pass on. I'm telling you. Otherwise, entire world is reading the same PPT. You should have some uniqueness. बैठे बैठे सोचना शुरू करो. Unless you act, you will not get anything. Thinking is an infinite process. I will get a job in this company. I will get a job in this company. Even after getting a job, what you will do? That is also important. The goal is not to get a job. After 2 years, I want to sustain my enthu. I don't want to get bored. सिक्योरिटी गार्ड का जॉब देखा है किसी ने? सिक्योरिटी गार्ड अपनी बिल्डिंग ऑफिसेस में रहते हैं. तो ये लोग भी सोचते रहेंगे कि मुझे क्यों, उनका एजुकेशन कम है, माइट बी. I'm not pointing them because of some limitations, some constraints. They are doing that job, but they might have faced so many challenges to get a good job at some good society who are paying good compensation, right? But after getting that job, what is it? सुबह से शाम तक काम करो, एक कुर्सी पे बैठ के काम करो. सोसाइटी कैसे भी हो सकती है, मे बी सम ह्यूमिलिएशन. ओके, ये सब करते वक्त भी चैलेंजेस आते हैं. That too, you don't have to miss any bad thing. You have to control everything. See, that is a long story, but okay. What I am telling you is, what is a software testing is very important. You should frame your own statement around this, and you should have some examples as well. When you are talking about something, you should throw some examples. Okay, unless it will not work. Everything is going to answer the same in one or other way. What is the benefits of testing? It's 4 or 5 points. Okay, to prevent the defects, finding the defect before delivery, gain the confidence about quality, ensure the requirement are delivered to client. See, यहाँ पे बैठ के हम लोग एक 4 चीजें पढ़ते हैं, लेकिन इसके बारे में हमको पता रहना भी जरूरी है. Okay guys, I'm telling you frankly, see, it's not only about reading out, it's about implementing these. It's about considering really the client requirement. आपका घर आप जब डिजाइन करते हो, तो मेरा किचन कैसा हो, मेरा मंदिर कैसा हो, मेरा लिविंग रूम कैसा हो, हाउ क्यूरियस यू आर अबाउट इट बाय द टाइम इट डेवलप्स, राइट? आई एम थ्रोइंग यू रियल टाइम एग्जांपल. मेरा, have you gone through such pages? Yes. So the client, or you are owner, no, you Gauri is owning one company. She wanted to build her software. How you will feel कि मेरा सॉफ्टवेयर कैसा रहना चाहिए? That is a feeling exact is having the client, because day in day out they are working on these things, and you are the best judge. That is why they hired you. Okay, it's not something on paper to prevent the defect, obviously, but it's not like Shirish has been put on some testing assignment and he's going for tea breaks too many times. He is not looking at the proper requirements. Is not doing his job appropriately. This will not go. Shirish will not have the eagle's eye. He will not able to find the defects. And one more point I'm telling you, one important point I'm telling you, whatever defects, if you go to any institute, they will just throw you an example of this is a defect, how to find the defect. Take this pen, take this remote, take this laptop, how to find the defect. What is wrong in that? No, go beyond that. Reality is, you will get any SBI application, you will get, let's say, any ICICI application, okay, and you will be put in somewhere middle of the ocean. What I'm telling you, please understand. कैसा है ना कि एक प्रोजेक्ट जो एंड टू एंड है, समझो आपको एसबीआई का प्रोजेक्ट दिया गया, एसबीआई की साइट लॉन्च करो, फिर आप ये एक्टिविटीज करो, ठीक है, आप कुछ ट्रांजैक्शन करके देखो, ठीक है, पे ऐड करके देखो, ये सब आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट में दिया गया है, आपको पता है क्योंकि आप बैंकिंग एप्लीकेशन डे इन डे आउट डील करते हो. सॉफ्टवेयर टेस्टिंग जब रियल टाइम आप किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में करते हो, तो जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको एप्लीकेशन का पूरा एंड टू एंड फ्लो मिले, क्योंकि एप्लीकेशन बहुत बड़े रहते हैं. You might be working on some piece of that software. Let's say trading you don't have any idea. ट्रेडिंग में भी आपको ऐसा चांस मिला कि आपको मिडलवेयर का टेस्टिंग करना है, I'm telling you, understand, please understand. आप Flipkart पे या these examples I will keep you on throwing, okay? Don't mind. जैसे आप मिंत्रा पे जाते हो, मिंत्रा पे जाने के बाद आप कुछ ऑर्डर करते हो, क्या होता है? आपको इमीडिएटली एक मैसेज आता है कि योर ऑर्डर हैज बीन प्लेस्ड. बिहाइंड द सीन क्या होता है आपको कुछ पता है क्या? आपको स्क्रीन पे दिखता है यूआई पे, बीच में क्या हो रहा है? What is a middleware part? That middleware part is also a testing, which is called API testing or middleware testing. Right. तो आपको बताया गया कि इसका मिडलवेयर पार्ट टेस्टिंग करना है और उसके लिए आपको टेस्टिंग करनी है. You are getting out of 100 modules, you are getting one of the modules. You should have that broad vision कि मुझे टेस्ट क्या करना है. अगर आपको इतना सा टुकड़ा दिया तो वो कहाँ पे फिट होता है, आपको मैनेजमेंट से पूछना है कि भाई ये क्या है, what I am developing, what are we developing, what are we testing basically. Unless you have that visibility, you will not able to write the test cases properly, I'm telling you, and openly. अगर आपको पता नहीं कि आपका एम क्या है तो आप कोई टेस्ट केस प्रॉपरली लिख नहीं पाओगे, कभी भी नहीं. Most of the people will just look at the requirement. 80% of the people will just look at the requirement. Yes, true. Definitely, we have to look at the requirement, but your vision should be envision what is in front of you, what is a bigger diagram, what is the application, an entire application, and what piece of code or functionality you are testing. Where have you been putting? If you are not understanding that, it's a waste. Point is that you will not learn. You will write test cases, you will test it, but you will not learn anything. I guarantee. So that is the point I wanted to convey. For these defects you will be able to identify when you have that thought process. SBI का, ICICI का, ICICI का, मिंत्रा का अकाउंट मैंने देख चुका है. I know how it works. I know how it navigates. I can test it. But if something new comes, you have that ability to test it. And every time you are getting a new. Every time in IT industry, you will be getting a new. 90% I would say. So how to manage with that? That is your responsibility. I hope you are getting my point. If something I'm talking senseless or you are not able to digest, let me know, please. Yeah.
Sir, part number 40. Gains the confidence about the quality.
Gain the confidence about the quality. See, gain the confidence about the quality means what? Quality is equivalent to how the defect, I mean, what kind of software you are developing. Okay. So quality means how it is aligned with your requirement, how it has been developed. Okay. Considering the requirements, that is the quality of the product. Okay. We purchase clothes, right? And we say like it has quality material. When you go for Nike, when you go for Levi's, whatever, poor brands, I know, I'm just throwing an example. So we know we find a quality there. When we're going for some other like fast track or something else, I don't know. So there you will find a less quality, obviously. Quality considering the software. When you go to Sony or electronics, Sony or Bose, you have better quality, sound quality, I would say. Yes. When you go for JBL is improving, but still, or any other product, then you will find less quality. The quality means whatever is mentioned.
Okay. Specification.
As per the specifications. Okay. I will throw one example. I am giving you an example as an automation tester to write or to automate the flow of SBI. Okay. You have to use a tool Selenium. You have to use IDE, some IDE. Okay. Like IntelliJ or what is that? Eclipse. And you have to use Java.
Yes.
These three equipments are with you, and I'm giving you assignment. Will the code be same for all you guys? Not necessary. It should be same, right? I want to automate the entire application. How optimized your code is, that is also a quality. I'm telling you, huh? How optimized your code is. Optimized means what? आप लिखते हो दो सेंटेंस स्टेटमेंट्स ऑफ कोड जो इतने इफेक्टिव है कि आपका जो काम है बिजनेस रिक्वायरमेंट है वो करने के लिए इनफ है, वो कोड वो बग फ्री है, वो एज पर द स्टैंडर्ड्स है. Rather, I'm writing 10 lines of code or 15 lines of code, which is not required, which is increasing my processing time. I'm achieving it. The end goal is achieved. I'm able to do the testing, automation testing, understand? But the code optimization is not there in second code. Are you getting my point? समझ में आ रहा है कि मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? See, आपने 2 कोड लिखे या 10 कोड लिखे, उसमें से एक कोड ऐसा है जो इतना इफेक्टिव है कि आपका काम भी कर रहा है एंड उसका प्रोसेसिंग टाइम इज लाइक नथिंग. ओके. आपने मिंत्रा ओपन किया है कभी इमीडिएटली? उसका लुक एंड फील, उसके ऑप्शंस कितने यूजर फ्रेंडली देखे. If you go to Flipkart or any other local site, are you finding that it is taking hell lot of time for loading?
Yes.
The quality is very poor. Even if that is a good brand, you will not be able to अंदर से वो नहीं आता कि मैं ये लूं, कपड़ा लूं. Why? Because yes, the design is user friendly. The quality of, you know, whatever fetched will be presented on the screen. Whatever fetched from the database will be presented with that quality on your screen. दोनों सेम काम कर रहे हैं, चल रहे हैं. That is the quality of the software. Okay, you're getting my point. So
Yes.
Quality means how effectively. See, मैं मिडलवेयर में बहुत सारी टूल्स है डेवलप करने के लिए. टिप्को के प्रोडक्ट्स है, IBM के प्रोडक्ट्स है, ब्ला 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 है. आप कौन से प्रोडक्ट यूज करते हो ताकि आपका प्रोसेसिंग टाइम 0 हो. आपको SBI में हर्डल्स आ सकते हैं कभी कभी इधर उधर, बाकी के आप कॉर्पोरेट बैंकिंग देखोगे तो उसमें कुछ नहीं आएगा आपको प्रॉब्लम. दैट इज अ क्वालिटी. सो क्वालिटी मींस it's a bug free. Obviously it is a bug free, but the kind of processing, the kind of look and feel, the kind of user friendliness you are offering,
Degree of excellence.
yes, absolutely. So we can consider this, or we can correlate this to quality.
Yes.
And see, I'm throwing whatever comes on my mind on that point, in that point in time. I'm throwing in front of you. But if you read some documentation, that is the message I'm passing you. You should talk about the quality means what. Quality means these many points. You should be able to throw the examples to interviewer, to yourself, basically to yourself, to convince yourself you know testing. See, point is how it's not about teaching, it's about, you know, adapting. It's about knowing the things. So that is what I believe. Knowing the things and working the things is very important. Instead of, if you do in this way, I guarantee you कि आपको लाइफ में कुछ चैलेंज नहीं है. It's not about cracking the interview and all. It's about being successful. Okay. So what is quality? So are you clear on these benefits of testing, software testing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there are listed 4, but definitely you can search for more. Whatever you feel this is a good, you can keep it with you. Few things you have to mug up. There is a no choice. Okay. See, because you are going to answer, it's not like that you know, but how you present is important.
Yes, sir.
I know I am this, I am that, I have done this certificate. No, it's okay, boss. But do you know teaching how to teach? How to find that nerve where people will start listening to you, people will start trusting you. Okay, that point is important. So I'm trying to find your nerve. So let's see how it goes. But yes, coming to the point, you don't restrict yourself. See, few of the question you guys, even though you have no experience or a little experience in IT, what I would suggest is you know the documentation part. The segregation, when when you will start learning, first of all. Yesterday, I got a call from Rajesh sir. These days, I was quietly occupied. I'm not taking any sessions these days. I'm working on some critical things in my organization. What first thing I did? We had 5 minutes, I guess, conversation. And sir told me like I'm also driving. I'm not able to share you the presentation and all. So I just asked him the topics. What is the topic I'm going to cover tomorrow? The point is, all my documents, all my knowledge was scattered. Manual testing and all we consider, but my observation is to become a tester, you should not read this. You should adopt this. Then you will become a tester. So definitely, this slide deck, these definitions, these points are definitely on paper, and you should learn it. But it should be in order. In order means you should note it down somewhere, please. After going home, the first duty what you are doing or when you are finding free time is you'll get bored. You will 100% get bored. I get bored. But if you look at my documentation, someday I will just show the snaps. I got bored, and I got failed sometimes in interviews. Then I learn. Was if I would have consolidated all documents and I would have read it in that manner, next time hardly it's of 1 or 2 hours of job for what is that word, revision. But if your documents are scattered, you'll feel bored. वो रह गया, ये रह गया, उधर ढूंढो, वो पर्ची ढूंढो. So discipline again comes here in picture. Okay, it should be organized. Whatever you feel, you should note it down. It's a sign of successful people. Okay, I'm telling you. Okay, so meet the customer. What is software quality? Meet. Am I boring you? You are finding it interesting? I don't know. Like, please express to me as well. If you are sharing some feedback, positive, negative to Rajesh sir, that is fine. But it's my responsibility as well. I'm pretty okay with that because see, I have dealt with a variety of audiences. They have some different expectations, so I need to match their level. So today is the first. I need to understand where you stand, what is your grasping power, what kind of interest, what will make you interesting. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Rather than covering these topics, it's reading out is quite easy for me. Okay. I would have reached slide number 100 by this time. I'm just explaining you in detail. And I'm setting my expectations as well. Okay, like you asked, what is this quality? It's good because you know what is quality, but you wanted to understand in different words what is a
Yes.
quality. You wanted to clarify your own doubt
Yes.
about quality. So yes, that is very important. And whatever you are reading, if you came across any typical word, English word or something like that, I insist you open the vocabulary, go for Google, what is this, and then correlate it, note it down. That is how you will learn. Now, tomorrow it's a human tendency, human habit. You read anything, you'll forget it. You note it down. See, unless we help ourselves, no one is going to, help you. No one is going to help you. If you feel like Rajesh sir, me, or any institute in the world, You're going to Microsoft, they are teaching you, and by learning at any top-notch institute, will gain a lot many knowledge. That is a false expectation. You have to put effort. Okay, project is developed for a single customer, okay, on its own requirement by the software companies, and the project will be used by the customers only. And product is used or developed for multiple customers on their consolidated requirement by the software companies, and the product will be used by all customers. So I'm just reading it out, but like, what is your understanding on this?
प्रोजेक्ट जो होता है वो पर्टिकुलर एक चीज मतलब एक कस्टमर के लिए बनाते हैं और जो प्रोडक्ट होता है वो ऑल यूजर फॉर एग्जांपल क्रोम ब्राउज़र तो हम ऑल सभी लोग यूज करते हैं तो वो एक प्रोडक्ट है.
Correct. So project definition wise what they are telling is, but see, whenever we go to software industry, we'll call it as a project. Okay, we'll call it as a project. I'm working on this project. It may be used by some end users. That is a possibility. But the definition wise, if we are going project is developed, but no one is going to ask you this question. I'm telling you, max to max, they will ask you what is a project. Maybe that is up to your experience. What is a project and what is a program? Program, not product. But yes, you can learn these definitions. Like project is developed for a single customer on his own requirement. Like, see, I'm owning. There is one garage near to this Indian petrol pump.
Right.
Automation. What is that? Auto Hub something. Name is quite similar. I have stored his number. Auto Hub. So they have their own product. Okay, means which वो गाड़ी कब आई, उसके कितने किलोमीटर हुए थे, ओके, वो गाड़ी को क्या प्रॉब्लम है, फिर हमने क्या क्या किया, उसका सारा रिकॉर्ड. इवन इफ आई गो टू हिम एंड आस्क हिम बॉस मुझे ये रिसीप्ट चाहिए लास्ट ईयर की, वो दे देगा, क्योंकि उसने अपने लिए एक सॉफ्टवेयर बना के रखा है which has a small database. Maybe he is storing the data for 1 year, 1.5 year. He has developed the software for his own. That we can call it as a project. The program, product. Product is something ICICI का mobile app मैंने बनाया है, मैंने वो दे दिया है, can be used by entire world. Excel sheet मैंने बनाई है, दे दी है. YouTube मैंने बनाया है, दे दिया है. Keep the concepts clear. Once you clear in your concepts, you are not supposed to mug up the things. You can present it or you can express it in your own way. What is a defect? What is a defect? A defect is a deviation or mismatch from requirements. When actual result deviate from expected result while testing a software application or a product, then it results into defect. Any other definition you suggest?
Sometimes expected result and actual result
I want
not match.
Yeah, I want it as a interactive session. Okay, interactive session means what? I'm telling you the fact. When you do interaction, your brain starts thinking. कैसा है ना कि जब हम इंटरेक्शन करते हैं तब आपका ब्रेन एक्टिव स्टेट में रहता है. एक्टिव स्टेट में मतलब you are also responding back to me, you are also listening to me, and you're storing all the things in your mind quickly. You'll not forget the things easily. If you go to home and silently rewind your brain, you will see कि सर ने क्या बताया था. You are just silently listening. Your brain is in standby mode.
Yes.
Apart from testing, we are learning too many things. So people may ask you what is a defect and what is a bug. What is a bug?
That's your favorite question.
Favorite question. You can search it. You can search it and you can learn the information. But the bug, usually we call it as a defect or bug life cycle. Bug means before launching the product. Before launching the product into the market, whatever we are let's say in unit testing, your integration testing, your system testing, वो कोड में अगर कुछ unexpected issue है आपकी flow में, then we can call it as a bug. Point clear. Point clear. Yes. Then once you launch the product, मैंने ऐसे का ऐप मेरा लॉन्च हो गया, गो लाइव हो गया है, now I'm finding something else in that. Means I'm not able to pay to my, or I'm not able to add a pay. That is a defect. That is defect.
So what is failure?
Failure or error का भी एक अलग criteria है. Okay, so I will throw an example of failure and error as well.
आफ्टर लॉन्च बोले तो सर मतलब पूरा बाहर पूरा लॉन्च हो जाता है, उसके बाद जब कस्टमर को कुछ डिफेक्ट
And कस्टमर को जो डिफेक्ट आता है, that you can consider as defect.
I can relate this my day-to-day example. Like last year, actually I'm an SBI customer.
Failure, I will tell you the example. I'm just calculating like what I can throw you. I'll let you know failure. It's easy, like see, all its topics are easy, correlated. It's a matter of, okay. So, you got the theme about this defect, right? SDLC is covered, right, for you? So, yes, this part is covered, right? SDLC.
So, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Just want to ask one question.
Yeah,
Like, you said that bug is the thing which before launching the product into the market, right?
Yes.
But I'm not getting this thing like we all are using WhatsApp, right? And like one after day or another day there is an update available, right? And if I go through that update, if I check over there, it is written over there like what's new over there, right? And in new there is bugs has been fixed. So the already WhatsApp is in the market, right? So how can they say like bugs are fixed?
I'll tell you.
You're getting the sir what I'm trying to
Yeah, I'll tell you. आपके पास कुछ बोर्ड वगैरह है क्या? Not a problem.
सर पेंट और यूट्यूब यूज कर सकते हैं.
That will be, I'm not expert in that.
मतलब ऐसे बोल सकते सर समझ में आ रहा है.
Okay, I'll tell you and I'll get some diagram for you maybe tomorrow. Bug life cycle, I'm telling you. Bug life cycle, you are a tester. You find some discrepancy. You will raise a defect in any of the tool. Widely used tools are QC, ALM, or GLM these days, but there could be any other tool that is a small scale. They can make use of. Yeah, it's on or off. Okay. So as of now, we discussed about test. First thing, whatever we discussed, revision is important. So we discussed about what has been taught by Rajesh sir. You can go and do the revision of the same work. What we discussed today is one is testing, simply testing. What we discussed, what is the benefits of testing, what is the quality. Okay, then we discussed about this defect. Okay. Discussed about this defect, and now we are discussing about the. Okay, we are discussing about the defect life cycle. Okay. So defect life cycle, I will just share a thought on this defect life cycle. Okay. I can do Google search right here.
Yes.
So a defect, when you find a discrepancy, if you have some requirement, you are writing a test cases. Once you write a test case, and once you start the execution, okay, once you start the execution, see, likewise, as mentioned, we have to cover multiple points in this SDLC. One is the requirement Okay, one is requirement, one is a test plan, one is test plan, one is risk and mitigation, one is a defect life cycle, that comes under execution. Okay, I'll let you know all these points. Okay, maybe today or tomorrow you will get all these points. So there are 6 or 7 points I'm going to cover as a part of STLs. The first point we are covering is directly defect, because we discussed about what is the defect.
Yes, sir.
When you execute the test cases in that particular phase, you have to deal with the defects. You have to deal with the defects during your execution phase. Point number one. When you find a bug, what you will do? You will mark it as a new. First thing is new. When you open any tool,
Yes.
you will see that window new.
Mm.
In that, you will write a summary. We will talk about that as well. Summary, defect summary, login functionality not working, description. You will write appropriate description. In a summary, you will write hardly one sentence. In description, you will write details about that. You will take a screenshot and attach it, okay, on top of that while creating the defect. I'm telling you a real-time scenario. Just imagine this. Okay, maybe if time permits, today or tomorrow, I'll show you one of the videos. You will get to know how to create the defects, or you can watch by your phone. New. You can write defect summary. You will write the description, and you will write the, maybe on top of that you will write the step as well. Step, on which step you are finding that issue. And the screenshot, you are not able to log in, for example, and you will create it and you will assign it to, let's say you are a developer. Assigned stage is done. Now what you will do? This is happening. This is happening. Imagine, I am raising a defect. I am assigning it to you. You will come and you will open it. You will open it. Open it means you are now looking at it. What is the defect? What is a defect? Then once you are done with your analysis, maybe there are 2-3 steps. Okay, you need to follow. I'll just take a look, like if I have something for you.
So you said that you are going to assign to the developer, right? So
Yes.
you yourself going to assign it, or someone else is going to assign that?
No, you yourself will assign it.
So it's my choice that.
No. So good question. Good question. So see, in organization, how it happens is I am your team lead from the testing side.
Right.
I'll let you know whom to assign, because I know whom to assign.
So you give me the
Sometimes
list
it's
of.
automatically get.
Sometimes it automatically get assigned. Okay, that is a different process. But in usual scenario, if we have to assign it, I know who is a developer working on this. Okay, or I may, as a tech lead, testing lead, I may consult to a development lead to whom to assign, and I will let you know.
Okay, that means I need to talk to my team lead, right?
Yes, yeah. You initially you have to talk to team lead, but once you see, as long as it is a new program, you need to ask me. But once you are used to it, you know, like this kind of defect I need to assign to this person. You can do it that way as well.
Mhm.
So it's around, once the processes are settled down, it's up to you.
And as she said that sometimes automatically it is the developer.
Yes.
So it is depend on the particular
Functionality, yeah. The process, kind of process is set there. Okay, so it automatically picks up the name. Okay, so okay, open. Then it will be fixed. Okay, I'll just show you this diagram.
So you are saying, sir, there is a hierarchy of this STLC.
It's not hierarchy. I'm talking about now
Life cycle.
defect life cycle.
Yeah, because you mentioned that you have raised the defect, right, in Jira.
You have to raise a defect. Skype and everything is on, right?
Yes.
Why you guys are laughing? Did I make a mistake?
No.
It's on, sir.
Okay. So see, you got new, right? I am a tester. I am raising a defect. I am assigning to her. You will open it. You will review it. If you find that is a genuine thing, you will fix it. If you get convinced means yes, you also know something, right, about that product. So if you feel you get convinced, yes, if you are doubtful, you will also review the business requirement documents or any IRDs. Okay, you will take the reference of that, and yes, that is a genuine issue. You will fix it. Point number one, fixing. Once you fix it, you will market the status as a test while fixing. Once you
Fix
are
the issue.
you have fixed it, you have done the modification in your code base, you have redeployed it. Okay. Now you are asking me to test. Now I know it is in test stage. What I will do is,
Then, sorry to interrupt. Then same request will assign to the tester.
yes.
Okay. Or tester will be there in that portal already. His name is there.
Hey, his name is there. Whoever has raised it, I raised it.
So
It comes to me only.
So I'll assign that to tester.
Test. I will test it. If I am done with my testing, I'm done with my testing. I will just mention it as a verified, and then I can close it. Means she has done the fixes which are as requirements. If she is assigning me as a test, I'm testing it, but it is not fixed, I can again route it for I can again reopen the ticket.
Yes.
I can again reopen the ticket. That the issue is not yet fixed with some evidences. I will reopen the ticket. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
So
Or
generate
otherwise she will put it on hold, saying that I have fixed the issue and test it. After that, it will come again. So that she will be work on.
Yeah, you have to work on it. You have to work on
Yeah.
it.
So why she will close that issue then?
No. See, I'm telling you two flows. Just a minute. One is happy path. I open a ticket, new ticket, new. I assigned it to you. You gone through it. That means you opened it. Then you fixed it. You fixed it by understanding the discrepancy. You fixed it. Then again you send it to me for test. Right? I need to test, right? Because you have added some, you have modified some code. I fixed it. So happy path, what it says is yes. Now I'm satisfied. Now your code is working as per the business requirement. I'm happy to close. But when you fix it and you are sending it me for retest or sorry for testing, I found it is not yet fixed. I will reopen it, the same thread, reopen it. Yes, this issue, even after altering or modifying the code, this particular issue persists. This is the evidences. Okay, reopen, then again it will be opened by you, and you will again work on that. But you have to, now you will say like how it goes. Do I need to monitor it? Okay, all the time 24/7 in IT industry. There are some notification sets. Either you will get an alert, or anyway you have to visit the tool frequently, because that is our responsibility. Okay. Usually what people do is, I am a tester, I am assigning to you, I will assign it to you, and I will drop an email to you. Okay. Hey, this defect I have raised, please have a look. So you will open it, and yes, once you get convinced, you will also check, update the status, open, and you will reply to me as I am working on it, it's in progress. Looping entire world, whoever is needed. Then again, you will fix it and send it to me for test. Then I will test it. then that this process will happen. Now, suppose there are multiple 100 test cases. Okay, so are you okay with these two flows? One is closed and one is reopen wala flow.
Yes.
Cycle. Now let's presume this particular code is duplicate one. I mean, in one test case you are finding the same issue. I mean the bug, but in another test case you are finding the same piece. Like I'm a tester for test case one. I'm a tester for test case one. You are a tester for test case, let's say 30. We have segregated test cases. Yes, yeah, our team lead has given some activity. In module 1 to 30 test cases, say Shirish test it. Then 30 to 100, you test it. Are you getting me? Or how? Are you getting confused or?
Actually,
जैसा ऐसा बोला था सर आपने एक बार पहले पूरा एक्सप्लेन कर दो कि जो भी क्वेश्चन रहते हैं नहीं
Okay.
मतलब आपने इनसे पूरी एक स्टेप्स जो है सब
Okay, so duplicate. I'm into duplicate now. Okay, so duplicate means what? I'm testing something, and you are testing something. Let's say test number 59. Then the same issue persists. Same issue persists. So you will not create a new defect that will be tagged to my old defect. Okay, that will be tagged to my old defect. That is a duplicate one. So there are two test cases who are blocked due to one issue, one single issue. Then rejected. I raised a defect. You found it like it is not a defect. You found it not as a defect, and you are rejecting it. So maybe the questions may follow around this, like okay, I'll just complete this. Okay, and then deferred. Deferred means what? Your testing is about to finish. You got 15 days for testing, let's say, and you are about to complete your UAT, for system testing, unit testing, whatever. Now, you came across a bug, okay, which is of a low priority. That particular bug is not making major impact on your software product. So you can take a call with your business guys, your management, that this is not a defect which is hampering this functionality. मतलब ऐसा है कि ICICI का कुछ नीचे कुछ लिखना था, उसमें कुछ स्टेटमेंट में इधर उधर हो गया है, something like that. I'm just talking about a minor bug or something like that, which is not hampering the function, which can be taken into the next version of that mobile banking app. So that can be considered as a deferred. You are not considering that though it is a bug, but you are not considering it in that particular release, okay, which is a minor, and because we have to go live, we have to launch that new application anyhow, okay, and you are moving ahead with that. That is a deferred. So everything happens, okay. This is not on paper. Everything happens. Everyone gets involved in all these activities. Defect triage calls are there. Business gets involved. The designer gets involved. Okay, stakeholder gets involved and discuss around it, and they can decide whether this the software product can go live or not for this particular version. So I just explained you the defect life cycle. In case you have few doubts, maybe we can discuss on that.
Sir, my question actually remains the same, that as you said,
WhatsApp, right?
Right.
I am coming to that point. That's why okay. Why it is coming as these bugs were fixed.
WhatsApp bugs are fixed, right?
Now consider this scenario. Okay. Consider there is a WhatsApp version 10.1.
Right.
Consider there is a WhatsApp version 10.1. Now, WhatsApp knows in 10.1 version, before launching it, getting
Yeah.
before launching it, they have 2 bugs, minimal bugs.
Sorry, sir. What was the question?
The question was, he's saying uh, in WhatsApp, like whatever version, like say he's going for new updates of the software. New updates is the message pops up on your screen. So he has to install 10.2, let's say, updated version. But and in the description, yeah, or the product info, they display the information. These 2 bugs are fixed in this version.
Right.
His question is why they call it as a bug.
Right. Because
Why not defect? Because earlier I mentioned defect is something which is launched.
Launch up.
Because before 10.1 launch, they know that that bug persists. That bug is there in that 10.1. It's not after launch. Point number 1. Are you getting my point?
थोड़ा सा इसमें ये नहीं कर रहा।
Okay. देखो, मुझे WhatsApp में कुछ तो एक उनको ये देना है, मैसेज रखना है उनको, और या तो मैं बोलूँगा कि उसमें एक फंक्शनलिटी है WhatsApp में जो 10.2 में उनको देनी है कि एक फीचर ऐड करना है, या फिर एक एग्जिस्टिंग फीचर है जिसमें हम क्या बोल सकते हैं, कोई भी एक just a minute, I'm just thinking through.
मतलब एग्जिस्टिंग फीचर को और भी बेटर करने के लिए
नहीं सी आपकी जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो तो है ही,
राइट।
10.1 में ये एक रिक्वायरमेंट है कि अगर अगर मैं किसी को ब्लॉक करूं, फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर मेरे ओके 10.1 में एक फीचर है जिसमें आप ऐसे सेट कर सकते हो कि आप सिर्फ अपने कॉन्टैक्ट्स लिख सकते हो. The bug is even other people are seeing you online, which is not a major defect or major bug. So company decided to go ahead and launch it. But was that bug identified after launch? No.
Okay, समझ गया.
You know it earlier.
That's
You
not
went ahead with that bug
right.
and you fixed it in the next release.
Right.
So that is why they are calling it as a bug. This bug has been fixed. They know it prior to that. They deprecated that defect. They considered it in new release and they fixed it.
Depending upon the priority of that bug, you will decide.
Yes.
Whether
That
it
is
hampering to my
hampering. See, बहुत बड़ा hampering हो रहा है.
Then it will be
They will
considered
hold.
defect.
No. Again, you are getting confused. See, a defect means what? हमने ये मान लिया कि हमारे 2 bugs है जिनके साथ हम 10. वर्जन लॉन्च कर रहे हैं, लेकिन लॉन्च करने के बाद वो क्रैश हो गया इन द सेंस उसकी जो 10.0 की जो फंक्शनैलिटी थी वो भी नहीं चल रही, मेजर फंक्शनैलिटी. मतलब something disturbing. If you are sending a message to one, it is going to error code. They come to know after launching the 10.1. तो ये डिफेक्ट है, ये मेजर डिफेक्ट है. तो वो उस स्टेज में क्या कर सकते हैं कि कोड रिवर्ट कर सकते हैं, 10.0 पे वापस ला सकते हैं. Defect, are you getting the defect? Got it?
Yes.
So this is the defect. Why? That is why they are mentioned. Every word has a. When you are working in IT industry, every word is important. You cannot just casually read it. You are writing it. Suppose you will become one day you will become manager or super manager or delivery head. Whatever you are writing has meaning. Has a meaning. You cannot just casually write. You cannot just casually read the emails and respond back. No. People do that. People ignore some important messages, okay, and then they have to face the trouble. Casually, you cannot take everything. It's like a police officer. I throw an example. See, police like you wanted to become a police officer. Your dream is becoming a police officer because you are interested in investigating and all. पुलिस के पास भी एक चेकलिस्ट रहती है जो उनका सुपीरियर पूछता है ये हुआ तब तुमने ये नोटिस किया क्या, ये सारे एविडेंसेस कलेक्ट किए क्या, ये सारा प्रोसेस फॉलो किया क्या, क्या तुमने फोरेंसिक को बुलाया क्या, क्या तुमने सब जो करते हैं वो हैंड ग्लोव्स के साथ किया क्या, क्या तुमने ये सब से पूछताछ किया क्या, some standard process, some checklist. That is a planning. His superior is doing a planning. He is asking him cross questions. Right. Here, like अपने politicians जो करते हैं, this is planning. जो हम event organize करते हैं, that is a planning. वैसे सॉफ्टवेयर लॉन्च करना भी एक प्लानिंग है. इसमें हम कुछ मिस नहीं कर सकते. And this is too important. And if you are working on one of the banking projects, that means it is very critical. सोचो कि मेरा ट्रांसफर किए हुए पैसे किसी और को जा रहे तो कैसा लगेगा, right? If the banking application goes down in between, how you will feel, how frustrated you will feel, one for single instance. So आजकल लाइफ ऐसा है कि हमको सब कुछ क्विक चाहिए, सब कुछ विद क्वालिटी चाहिए. That far we have reached. So, and if you are developing that, you are responsible for that. That means your responsibility is too high. Getting my point?
Yes. Defect life cycle एक बार थोड़ा सा बताना.
Yes. Sir, one more question. Like generally, how much time it takes? Like if the defect is assigned to the developer, right? So that means we are raising.
There is no time. There is no time, but yes, there is no time. I would say, but there is some ETA. ETA means expected time of arrival. See, I will tell you the real-time stories only. अगर मैंने किसी को डिफेक्ट मैंने रेज किया है तो डिफेक्ट का कुछ तो वेटेज रहेगा. मींस they might have dealt with similar kind of situation in the past. मैंने बोला कि मेरा हो गया, my car got crashed. So I know कि इस बार मेरी गाड़ी में 8 पंक्चर है, तो I might have experience in the past कि 5 पंक्चर के लिए कितना टाइम लगता है. So we can correlate the things. We can correlate the things and we can quantify how long will it take to fix this. It's not like 8 defect है, sir मैं 4 दिन बाद करूँगा. It's not like that. Quantifiable और justifiable reason देना पड़ता है कि वो उसका weightage क्या है. Maybe if you are once you start working maybe in Agile, there is a Fibonacci series where you can define the weightage of the task or the defect. Yes, in couple of hours I am able to complete it. Let's have one user point or one story point. I can give 3 story point because it is taking 1 day. But you should have some wall of reference. As I throw an example, you should have some wall of reference. कि ये last time हुआ था और last time multiple times हुआ था ऐसा in the past. So we were able to complete or fix similar kind of defects. Let's say in 5 hours. Today I want 7 hours because it is something more complex. That is quantifiable, right? It's not like someone is why you are taking 2 hours extra. That kind of micromanagement, I don't think so happens unless there is a need. But you got the answer, right? So far, any questions? You finding it interesting or getting bored? I'm not sure. I talked about testing. I talked about testing benefits. We talked about defect. We talked about quality. We talked about defect life cycle. So defect life cycle, you want to hear it out one more time, right?
Yes.
So you are a tester, you find some discrepancy. See, tester means what? How you will test. During test execution phase, you will test it.
Yes.
During test execution phase, you will test it. When your entire test suite is ready, right? Okay. Our testing is starting from tomorrow. It will last long for next week. For entire week, we have to test the application. So planning and all we are going to complete. You will come to know how to write the test cases and all. I will give you those assignments to you. We will just extend our session today if you all are okay for some time because I'm going a little slow. Okay. So you are executing, you know what is the functionality. You are executing step in a test case. You have step number 3. First number test case, writing the test case. How I'm writing the test case, a standard test case. Okay, I'm testing a login application, login page of SBI or ICICI. First step, login. Login is my test scenario. Login is a functionality. Test scenario. I'm talking is a test scenario. Login page. Test the login page. I will let you know about this. All this. For this test cases, check the login functionality of SBI application. Let's say with a valid user. Step number 1: open the browser in Google Chrome and put this URL in parentheses or in double quotes, sbi.com, http://sbi.co.in. After navigation or the home, you will land on the home page. I'm just telling you, not in the steps. Second step, put valid username. Third, put valid password. Fourth, click on submit or login button.
These are the test cases. No?
These are the test steps. Steps. Test cases. Check the login functionality of SBI application with valid credentials, valid username or password.
Test scenario is different, test cases
Yes.
different, and under
Test scenario is
Same
something
login.
high level. Login function. From test scenario, you are going to derive the test case. From test scenario, you are going to derive your test case. And test cases will have multiple steps. Test cases will have multiple steps. Now, while executing this, you encounter an issue. Login is not happening with the valid credentials. You will go to any test management tool and you will raise a defect. You will raise a defect new and you assign it to her, for example. Assigned. She will look at it. Open. She will open means what? She is understanding what you have written. Is it a valid defect or not? Okay. So now the happy part. Okay, it is a valid defect. You will fix it. And she will again assign it to you for testing. Getting it? Now, after testing, you are done, like verified, successfully tested, closed. We'll put a comments. It is working as per business functionality.
Yes.
Now there is one deviation, slight deviation, test part. You are testing it, but you are not finding like it is still, you find it still it is not working as expected. You'll reopen it and it will go to her. She will again look at it. If she fixes the defect,
Yes, after that, developer,
she is a developer of the application.
Yes.
So she fixes it and she notifies you on the tool. Yes, done with my fixes. You have to again test it, right? Got it or not?
Yes, got it.
So you will test it again one more time.
Retest.
Retest.
Retesting, you can say. And if you find it, yes, it is not yet fixed, then you will reopen it.
Reopen it. Yes.
You will reopen it. It will go to her bucket again. That cycle will go on.
Again, we raise the defect.
No, you are not raising defect. You are reopening it.
Reopen. I am reopen. And
In the
if it is
same
not
way.
fixed.
Even if it is not fixed, that is what I am telling you. You are not creating a new defect. You are reopening it. Defect ID. Suppose you are opening a defect which has ID defect ID 111,
Yes.
which is assigned to you, which you assign to her.
Yes.
Now she fixed it. That is
Yes.
what she is claiming. But you are supposed to test it one more time as a tester.
Yes.
You find it is not yet fixed.
Yes.
Instead of closing, you are not going to close the defect. The next step will be you are reopening it. There is a drop down.
There
There
is
is
a
a
status tab over there.
status tab drop down. You have to select it like reopened. She will get a notification, or she can write an email to her. Hey, this is not yet fixed. I can found this discrepancy, and you are supposed to fix it. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Same defect. Now this part is done.
Yes.
So there is one more part we talked about. It's a duplicate. Duplicate means I am testing. I found one defect.
Yes.
After a couple of days or after some time, you found similar kind of defect. So you will not raise a separate defect. You will merge the test case for the same thing. Yes. You will mark it under same umbrella. This is the defect ID 611 is for these two defects. Duplicate. So once that issue get fixed, both the test cases will be free. I mean, you are free for execution.
Yes.
Okay. And then one more point is rejecting. She feels this is not a defect. This is my understanding that in this particular release, or for this, I have designed my code as per the requirement for this particular release. Okay. So there might be conflict which happens. I'm saying no, this is not true. This is a defect. She will say this is not a defect.
Okay.
So the matter may go to business guys or whoever is designer consult. They have to read the. See, there is
So
after all it's a document, right?
Yes.
Sometimes there will be some degree of variation in our understanding, right? 5 or 10%. मैंने ऐसे समझा, इसने ऐसे समझा. कभी भाई ऐसा होता नहीं most of the cases, but कभी ऐसा हो सकता है कि मैंने इस एंगल से सोच के ये डिजाइन किया, मैंने इस एंगल से सोच के ये टेस्ट किया. Both are correct on their own ground, whatever perspective they have, but there is no conflict. So most of the time, test lead comes into the picture to fix this issue. He has to convince either a tester or a developer with some reference. Okay, with some reference. The case was the requirement that this talks about this. Whatever defects he has raised is appropriate. We have to work on that. Still, if they are not agreeing, the matter can be discussed with the business analyst, because business analyst knows. Yeah, they have complete understanding. Are we clear on this?
Deferred.
Something?
Deferred.
Deferred. Okay, sorry. Deferred is something, as we discussed. Say you have to launch one application 10.1 WhatsApp, and the deadline is of tomorrow, and today or maybe before launch you find a minor defect, minor bug, I would say, which is not impacting the major functionality, or which can be managed in the next version. Yes. So the senior folks will take the decision. Yes, boss, this is not hampering any major functionality. We can launch it, and we can fix it in the next release. Reason being, I will tell you, when you have limited window for launching, let's say you have to launch a software tomorrow, and if you have only a or maybe after 2 days, and you have limited window to fix that issue. It is not easy. See, it is not like वहाँ पे जाके enter मारना है, वहाँ पे जाके कुछ छोटा सा कुछ करना है, भले ही वो छोटा रहे code wise, but that process, see, once you are done, please understand the entire cycle. Okay, sir might have explained you yesterday that मैंने कुछ कोड में चेंजेस हुए तो उसका बिल्ड होगा, उसका कोड क्वालिटी चेक होगा, मतलब इस प्रोसेस में टाइम नहीं लगता है, ऑटोमेटिकली जॉब्स रहते हैं उसके, CI/CD पाइपलाइन बोलते हैं, फिर आपके टेस्ट केस एग्जीक्यूट होंगे, बट इसका इम्पैक्ट भी हो सकता है कभी-कभी. सी, आई फिक्स्ड द फंक्शनैलिटी, बट इट माइट बी इम्पैक्टिंग सम अदर फंक्शनैलिटी. आई डोंट वांट टू टेक दैट चांस. You're getting my point. I don't want to take that chance. So better it is a minor bug which can be fixed in next release, and even if we are finding any challenge, maybe we have some time in hand. So that is the thought process behind it.
In the coming classes, you will show this on a practically या बताओगे ना जैसा.
Yes.
क्योंकि ये तो आपने भी मतलब orally बताया.
कौन सा चीज?
जैसा like cycle का आपने बताया. आप भी like you might be using any tool ना.
Yeah. I will show it to you in maybe in Jira. We can discuss this. You will get a feel. You will get a feel about it. So now, see, showing is not the problem. Okay, I will show it to you, and you will get a better understanding about it, like how it works in real time. And all this STL saving. Now, I'm supposed to complete this STLs today, but we'll focus on it tomorrow. Okay. But I will tell you what topics I'm going to cover. Requirement analysis. First thing, requirement analysis में हम Excel sheet एक देखेंगे, एक simple Excel sheet. I'm setting my expectation. If you want something else, let me know. Requirement means what? See, I want to develop a software. I'm sharing the requirements with you guys. This is my requirement. आपका घर बनाना है या आपको कुछ बनाना है तो आप रिक्वायरमेंट आर्किटेक्ट के साथ शेयर करते हुए नहीं, या आपको कुछ खाना बनाना है तो आपको रिक्वायरमेंट, हमको 200 लोगों का खाना चाहिए, हमको राइस चाहिए, पूरी चाहिए, वो छोले चाहिए, अचार चाहिए, जो भी है मट्ठा चाहिए, एंड ऑल यू डिस्कस विद देम. So similarly in software as well, when you are building a software, you will share some requirements. For those requirements, how many requirements are those? For those requirements, we are writing the test scenarios. Okay. So we are preparing a sheet.
Yes.
Maybe it is a forward direction or reverse direction. That also I will explain to you. That is called requirement traceability matrix. Requirement के हिसाब से तुम्हारे high level scenarios रहेंगे, उसके against तुम्हारे test scenarios रहेंगे, फिर आपके test case रहेंगे. Okay. So why this? Because if something goes wrong, then it should be easy कि मेरी ये test case ये requirement से mapped है. Okay. See, this is mapped with this. And also that requirement, for that particular requirement or for all the requirement, we are giving 100% coverage. 100% coverage means what? Whatever written in that requirement, we should write the test cases to cover the entire functionality. Are you getting it or not? Or it is confusing?
वो आप दिखाओगे ना तो क्लियर हो जाएगा.
हाँ, प्रैक्टिकल तो
Okay.
रियल टाइम में जैसा यूज करते हो ना सर, वो फील आया.
सर ने CRM का प्रोजेक्ट कंप्यूटर में लगाया था, पूरा स्पीड हो गया.
CRM का जो प्रोजेक्ट रहेगा आगे उस पे ऑटोमेशन का और मैनुअल दोनों ले लेंगे. चलिए, तो उस पे हम टेस्टिंग करेंगे. आई विल कंसल्ट विद सर एज वेल, लाइक व्हाट ऑल पार्ट यू नीड टू प्रैक्टिस. ओके. एंड हाउ यू विल बी राइटिंग द टेस्ट केसेस एंड ऑल. बट यू नो वन थिंग, knowing the application is a different thing, but also understanding the requirement. Okay, so today's assignment for you, हम तो ये कल लेने ही वाले हैं सारे टॉपिक्स. हम लोग जो ये जो टॉपिक्स इधर लिस्टेड है, रिक्वायरमेंट एनालिसिस, सिस्टम डिजाइन, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन. ओके, सो does this right. I thought it is a STL.
उसमें टेस्टिंग ऐसा का नहीं है. उसमें बहुत सारा मिसिंग है सर, बोले कि वो ऐड करेंगे.
Okay. So I have something, so I will just explain to you now, and we'll talk on these topics tomorrow. Uh, just a minute. See, it's all theoretical part, I know, but we have to practice it. आपने क्या सीखा आज, या आपको एनालाइज करना आना चाहिए? ओके So tomorrow we will discuss in detail. We'll go slowly, but we will understand points in detail. STLC, software testing life cycle. क्वेश्चंस आने वाले इंटरव्यू में आज अभी तक हमने जो डिस्कस किए हैं वो पूछ सकते हैं कि टेस्टिंग क्या होता है, व्हाई टेस्टिंग इज नीडेड. ओके, सी इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ इंडस्ट्री वर्क्स, बट more than that, it is also equally important as you are searching for a job, what kind of questions will be there during your interview. So you should be able to predict it. So what is the testing? They will definitely ask. Okay, why testing is needed? What is the benefit of testing? Then defect cycle पे manual testing में ऐसा कोई interview नहीं जाएगा कि उस पे वो पूछेंगे नहीं. Okay. They will also ask like what is your understanding about defect and this bug. They may also ask what if you are raising a defect and developer is not rejecting it or not accepting it.
Yes.
Okay, in which scenario you will defer the defect. Okay, so conceptually you should be clear. It's not like you will just read it out and explain. They will catch you. And they will catch you means there should be some differentiation what other present. Okay, so STLC, what we are talking about is the requirements analysis. First point we'll understand tomorrow. Then test planning. Test planning will have too many things like what is a goal. Then, as I mentioned, how to prepare the strategy, the resourcing part of it, the effort estimate, the risk and mitigation part, the assumptions. Okay, so all these points will be covered in the test plan. Again, the closure and all. Okay, so it's a big topic altogether. Then test case development. So test case development means how to write the test cases. Then test case execution. So test case execution part is almost covered. Okay, so test case execution, but yes, we will take a practical of that. So how to write the defects, and the execution means what exactly we are doing, and test cycle closure or test closure reports. Environment setup is, yes. So environment setup we'll discuss. All these points we are going to discuss. Environment setup क्या रहता है, क्यों करते हैं, किस लिए करते हैं. But these parts, environment setup and all, will be just for your understanding. I'm telling you. Environment setup will be done by some other guys who are the environment guys. But yes, your management will ensure that you have a proper setup. So, any questions or any suggestions for today's session? What you feel? I'm asking frankly so that no need to hesitate, so that if you found like yes, these things are good, these things can be better, or we would like to focus more on this part, so accordingly we can plan and take the sections going ahead. I mean, not theory, practical.
Yes.
Yeah, win-win situation where after explanation you will also understand. And few part, but maybe I will come to मला फक्त ते इन्स्टॉल करून द्या काही सॉफ्टवेअर्स आहेत ते सगळे माझ्या लॅपटॉपला. दॅट विल बी इझी फॉर मी.
अभी हम ऐसे एक्सपीरियंस जाने वाले हैं, बट हमने इस पे काम नहीं किया है, जैसा अगर हम बताते हैं कि तो मेरा इसका क्वेश्चन था कि जैसा आप हर एक चीज जैसा रिक्वायरमेंट एनालिसिस प्लानिंग, तो अभी जो भी चीजें अंदर हमने तो देखा नहीं कि कैसा वर्क होता है, उस पे कैसे काम करते हैं, तो शायद आप अगर उसको अंदर क्या एक्चुअली कैसे वो उस पे वर्क किया जाता है वो अगर एक्सप्लेन करेंगे करते हैं, मतलब जो भी टॉपिक आप सिखा रहे हो जैसे, तो उसमें एक्चुअल में कंपनी में कैसे करते हैं वो थोड़ा हमको बताओगे तो आई थिंक प्रैक्टिकली हम रियल टाइम
मैं एक दो सिनारियो दे दूंगा आपको वैसे. Okay, I will try to find out the way. I will try to grab that information and I will share it with you. But looking at one requirement or two requirements, you cannot conclude कि सब ऐसे ही होता है. हाँ, आपको थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया तो आ ही जाएगा कि सब रिक्वायरमेंट्स.
बट सॉफ्टवेयर रिक्वायरमेंट्स वो देखा ही नहीं है हमने, मतलब एसआरएस एक्सआरएस मैपिंग डॉक्यूमेंट, तो क्या है वो, मतलब क्या होता है उसमें?
सब सिंपल ही रहता है. हमें ये लगता है, यस, करेक्ट. आई गॉट योर पॉइंट बिकॉज यू हैव नॉट सीन इट, you are not confident enough.
Yes.
And maybe today also we covered most of the theoretical part, but I believe like I wanted to tell you like how the industry runs. For that we can share some evidences with you, like how this is how in reality it goes. And are you guys continuing with automation or only
Automation or
Full stack.
manual automation, API testing, and database testing.
okay, mobile as well?
Performance testing as well.
Okay. और आप डेली कितना ये कर सकते हो, टाइम स्पेंड करते हो खुद पे फॉर लर्निंग? It's not available, it's about doing.
No, sir.
What about you guys?
Actually, it's just a request from our side कि हमने actually वो देखा नहीं है, तो आप हमको सिर्फ बता देना.
हम बताएं.
Because
I got your point.
automatically
Yes.
I will tell you. Maybe I will launch that, install that application, and that might be the dummy application. But ये जो होते हैं चीजें real time जो होते हैं, that also I will share it with you guys.
नहीं, आपने share भी नहीं किया तो भी चलेगा.
You can
बता
show
दो.
it,
आपको थोड़े बहुत चीजें मैं show करके बताऊंगा. Maybe I will take some snaps and I will share it with you. Not share it with you, I will present it to you
आप बताओ.
and I will share it with you. So and we'll try to correlate the things. But my suggestion is again, don't restrict yourself to what I am showing. You go beyond that.
Yes.
You go beyond that, and try to evolve your thought process such a way that this is not the only. This is one of the examples sir has showed me, but you can go many miles more and you can discover too many things. Okay, so don't stop yourself there. सर ने बताया ये ऐसे है,
ऐसा कोई भी चीजें कॉन्फिडेंशियल रहती कंपनी की,
कॉन्फिडेंशियल कर ही नहीं सकते. कर ही नहीं सकते.
तो अगर हम मैं अगर एक्सपीरियंस बेसिस पे इंटरव्यू दे रहा हूं, कुछ चीजें ऐसे रहती इंटरव्यू आया.
But if you are showing the experience, okay, then it is good. For a few scenarios, maybe you can work and you can let them know.
इंटरव्यू को झूठा नहीं लगना चाहिए.
इंटरव्यू को झूठा तो नहीं लगेगा, that I can guarantee. But only thing you have to do as a full stack is full stack के लिए आपको बहुत प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा. No doubt. And one thing I'm telling you, since this is just a start, just keep my words with you. Don't take a break. First thing, don't take a break. Because of some emergency, if you are not attending the class, try to complete that class that day itself. एक बार लिंक टूटा, अगर एक बार लिंक टूटा तो अपना जो मोरल है वो डाउन हो जाता है. I mean, I experienced the same. So आप लोग immediately किसी भी हाल में, मैं कल करूँगा, कल करूँगी, I will look into this tomorrow. If you do this ever, you will not find this class interesting. Then you will start blaming the faculties. But the issue is yours. But if you want, like, I'm not a good teacher, I'm giving my 100%, ask yourself, Shirish or Rajesh or someone is not a good teacher, that is a different story. But I'm telling you frankly, if you are not putting effort, no teacher will teach you. So it's your responsibility, and we will ensure that you are completing your homework. Okay. So tomorrow's homework is how to write the test cases. Okay. I'm telling you one example. I just told you one example. So what I want is you have to write few test cases for tomorrow.
For this application.
You take any application by your own application. That should be your thought process. And one more point we are going to conduct tomorrow is whatever test cases you are writing, you will let the forum know. Forum session know, this class know.
Yes, yes.
They have to guess what you are talking. Looking at your test cases, yeah, some important information. I don't know how you feel it, but I like to share. आपके टेस्ट केसेस को देख के जिस तरीके से क्वेश्चंस आपको आते हैं उससे समझना चाहिए कि आपने कितना इफेक्टिव टेस्ट केस लिखा हुआ है. Are you getting my point? You are keeping one requirement on your mind. Keep it, write it. Based on that, you write few test cases, to maybe up to 5, and you let the class know about your test cases. Let the class judge what you are expecting.
Yes, sir.
I'm throwing an example. I have a requirement of login. I'm telling you simply people take, but maybe you can take any login. Login का एक requirement है. What is login का एक requirement है. Requirement means description दिया हुआ है. एक requirement है SBI का. उसके लिए मैं टेस्ट सिनारियो लिख रहा हूँ. Login for SBI application is my scenario. Okay, login. फिर मैं उसके 3 टेस्ट केसेस लिख रहा हूँ. First test case, login with valid credentials, login with valid username, invalid password, login with invalid password, valid user. 3 टेस्ट केसेस मैंने लिखे. 3 टेस्ट केसेस मैंने लिखे. अब पहले के स्टेप मैंने लिखी. Open the browser. Maybe there could be one column called prerequisite or something like that. Okay. So first column, your first column is serial number. Second column, maybe you are writing some requirement. Third column is you are writing some test scenario. Okay. Fourth column, you are writing your test case for login, valid and invalid. And then, do you have your email IDs with the sir? Maybe I will just share the column names and all with you.
Yes.
And fifth column is how to write the test case, like login. First point number, step 1, open Chrome browser and put this in the address bar. http://sbi.co.in. Step number 2, enter valid username. Step number 3, enter valid password. Step number 4, click on login button. Then there is another column. I'll share all these details with you. Actual, what you found? Actual में पहले से आएगा कि you should be expected में पहले से ही रहेगा कि you should be successfully able to navigate to the home page or landing page of means जहाँ पे आपको सब दिखता है वो information landing page जो भी है. And actual आपका क्या आया? Actual वो ही आया क्या? क्या आपको error message आया या क्या आया? Something like that. And the status pass or failed. This is how, or maybe some comment section. This is how you are forming the test case. Okay, summary I would say. आप मुझे इसमें से मैं आपको कुछ टाइटल दे दूंगा. टाइटल मीन्स एक्सेल शीट के कॉलम नेम्स दे दूंगा. तो आपको अपना कोई भी एक सब्जेक्ट ले लो, उस पे 4 से 5 टेस्ट केस लिख के रखो।
सर टेस्ट सिनेरियो जो आपने बोला था ना, लॉगिन फॉर एग्जांपल एसबीआई में लॉगिन करना है, वो मेरा टेस्ट सिनेरियो राइट?
Yes.
लॉगिन इनटू एसबीआई
Yes.
ऐप राइट? दिस इज माय टेस्ट सिनेरियो।
सिनेरियो।
तो एसबीआई का सिर्फ एक ही सिनेरियो रहेगा क्या? अब
नहीं, अभी तो मैंने सिर्फ लॉगिन का एक सिनेरियो लिया है।
हाँ।
और उसके लिए मैंने
उसके लिए टेस्ट केसेस लिखे राइट?
टेस्ट केस लिखा कि लॉगिन विद वैलिड क्रेडेंशियल्स। ये पहला टेस्ट केस। लॉगिन विद इनवैलिड क्रेडेंशियल्स, ये दूसरा। दो ही टेस्ट केस लिखे समथिंग। एंड मैंने हर एक टेस्ट केस के स्टेप भी लिखे तीसरे कॉलम में, राइट? फिर मैंने एक्सपेक्टेड रिजल्ट लिखा, फिर एक्चुअल रिजल्ट लिखा, और फिर उसका पास है या फेल है
उसका स्टेटस आपने लिखा राइट? ये तो हो गया लॉगिन के लिए राइट? नाउ वंस आई लॉग्ड इन,
once you logged in, maybe you can think through and you can write test cases about that as well.
तो उसके लिए कोई दूसरा डिफरेंट सिनेरियो लिखना पड़ेगा?
हाँ, home page functionality, something like that. You can
consider what I'm asking, मतलब
yeah, I got your point. See, you can take that as a reference and you can talk about, I mean, you can write, okay, now आपको ये करना है कि अभी मुझे payee ऐड करने वाला, how to add payee, उसके लिए आपका एक requirement है, adding the new payee, deleting the new payee, making the transactions to home bench, to same bank, making the transactions to different banks. You can have too many requirements. We can treat it as a requirement, or we can treat it as a scenario. Okay, so you have to be focused कि अपना aim क्या है उधर. सिनेरियो लॉगिन का है, आई मीन रिक्वायरमेंट लॉगिन की है, तो रिक्वायरमेंट में वही आना चाहिए उसके रिलेटेड. नो रिक्वायरमेंट ट्रांजैक्शंस की है, ओके, एडिंग ट्रांजैक्शंस नाम की कोई रिक्वायरमेंट है, तो उसमें सिनेरियोस भी उसी के आएंगे, टेस्ट केसेस भी उसी के आएंगे. समथिंग शुड बी कोरिलेटेड, राइट? आप लॉगिन कर लिख रहे हो, उसमें आप ट्रांजैक्शंस तक जा रहे हो, तो डजंट मेक एनी सेंस. So you analyze the app. I'm just throwing an example. It's not like that we have to do any rocket science. Okay, tomorrow. It's like you take any mobile app, you take any banking app, you take any e-commerce app, you take any ordering app, booking app, anything you can take. You can just. The aim is to evolve your thought process in writing the test cases, and you do the practice by your own. So, apart from all this, if you are coming with this, then that will be nice, because other topics I will cover it. But the test planning and all will be most of the time. You go to any institute, it will be most of the time theoretical topic. But I will show you how it looks, like the standards. How to prepare the test plan. अगर आप बोलोगे तो जो documentation का part होता है, documentation का, वो documentation का ही रहेगा, उसमें कुछ exhibition तो रहेगा नहीं. Okay, so we'll cover that part. But yes, what is the best practices, and some used templates, we can make use of that. So today's was just an introductory session, I would say. Maybe we have not covered many points, as some softwares are missing on my own laptop. But tomorrow onwards, I will be equipped and will focus on the things. Keep it handy. And one more point, if something I feel कि जैसे टेस्ट केस लिखना है, तो मैं कुछ टेस्ट केस प्रिपेयर करके लाया हूँ, you should understand लिखा क्या, कि prepared है क्या. You just want to see.
Yes.
If I keep on typing here the test cases, it will take 2 hours.
Yes.
We have to complete the syllabus. Message is, you should get the feel, you should get the experience, then you can practice by your own. Right? Any suggestions from your end? Like I already heard, like you want that practical sessions, that definitely will be having tomorrow onwards. Any other suggestion? Like if I am going to teach you for some time in absence of register or something like that, what is the recommendation? I wanted to hear it out from you, because it will be a long journey. It will be a long journey, and as I said, you are not supposed to miss any classes. I joined too many classes, I missed many classes, I kept it there only. मतलब मैंने वहीं पे छोड़ दिया था, फिर मेरा डिसकंटिन्यू हो गया, बट आई नो दैट वाज माय मिस्टेक. If you have some urgency, if you are missing the classes for 1, 2, 3 days, it's your responsibility to come and meet the sir, to come and discuss with your colleagues and speed up the things and match their level ASAP. Otherwise आगे जाएगा, आप पीछे रहोगे. Anything else you want to suggest me, because you are all senior folks, you are all passed out, I guess, way back in 2018, and so you have seen the industry some way, somehow, directly, indirectly. So what is
कोई एग्जांपल आप हमें दे रहे हो तो इंग्लिश में थोड़ा मतलब ज्यादा मतलब
मैं इंग्लिश में
तो
मैं इंग्लिश में भी